contest is a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Making their way to the ring first. Ladies and gentlemen, making her way to the ring, winning from Southwest England, she is Relentless Rhiannon Jade.
As seen on TV, Rhiannon Jade, still relatively fresh from excursion over to the US, which saw her compete on TNA Wrestling's Explosion program in a match opposite former Knockouts champion Tasha Steelz. Worth knowing, I spoke to Rhiannon Jade and she said Tasha Steelz is the woman that ended the reign of the legendary Mickie James. So you think about it, Rhiannon Jade is on the level of Mickie James, and that is something that I may struggle to argue with. Relentless Rhiannon Jade has been on a tear since returning to the UK late last year.
And introducing her opponent.
And looks to extend that here in VCW and in No Mercy or Brilliance Pro Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Madrid, Spain, making her VCW debut, the Spanish Dragon, Carla Nez.
She is about to light it up here in Newbridge. The Spanish Dragon, Carla Nemes, in action for the first time with only 8 months as an active wrestler under her belt. It is miraculous, dare I say, to see how far she has come in such short time. Benefited, I'm sure, by her tendencies to train in all styles. She is no stranger to any style of professional wrestling, or in fact any sport. Carla Nemes is willing to do absolutely anything to forward herself as a professional wrestler. Very passionate about this sport, as is Rhiannon Jade. Of course, I mentioned, went to America on another excursion last year, trained under Dr. Tom Pritchard and added him to the list of trainers, which also includes Eddie Ryan and, of course, Welsh legend Wild Boar. And now she's against Carla Nemes, who has also taken seminars under some of those mentioned, including Wild Boar. So there are some tendencies shared between the two women in this match, but quite the experience edge by the relentless Rhiannon Jade. So that'll be interesting to see as this match extends on.
Yeah, we're in for an exciting one here, Kai. I can feel this one in my bones.
I have a funny feeling both of these women are going to feel something in their bones at the end of this, and it probably will be a break or two. Very, very aggressive are both of these women.
Now, I'm familiar with Rhiannon Jade. I have seen Rhiannon Jade perform on multiple shows. This is my first time seeing Carla Nemes.
I've seen Carla Nemes perform a handful of times myself. I mentioned, as you were making your way back to commentary, only 8 months a pro, so Carla Nemes doesn't have a lot of tape to study for Rhiannon Jade. However, Rhiannon Jade has been a pro for well over 5 years now. She has got a lot of tape to study. And so Carla Nemes, I know, somewhat of a student of the game, she has had a lot of time in the lead up to this match to prepare. Seems to be doing well. Nice recovery from Nemes.
Showing off some fine athleticism there. Oh, and a nice wrist. Keeps hold of the wrist, does Carla Nemes from that arm drag.
Focusing a lot on technical wrestling lately, it would seem.
Still keeping a hold of the wrist.
Maintaining a lot of control. The thing is with that is you pull the arm one way, the entire body has to kind of follow.
Absolutely.
Much like head control, very important in a wrestling match. And again, maintaining the hold on the wrist lock, broken finally by Rhiannon Jade. And an arm drag from Carla Nemes. The Spanish Dragon really is starting to fire up here
Trying to get some Ricky Steamboat-like arm drags.
Unique arm drag there, using the middle rope as sort of a springboard. Something you don't see too often, is that, Rich?
No, some great innovative offense there from Carla Nemes. Looking to sweep the leg there of Rhiannon Jade. Rhiannon Jade, of course, countering with that big forearm and now whipping Carla into the corner. Follows the big boot to the face. And Nemes, was probably looking for a head scissor takedown. Well, that was just a neck breaker, and there was nothing pretty about it. That was just dog bone ugly, shall we say.
Carla Nemes obviously affected by that. That slowed her pace down quite a bit. And now relentless Rhiannon Jade living up to the moniker.
This is the pace that Rhiannon Jade works best at. Slow, methodical, just picking apart her opponent one body part at a time. But this crowd getting behind the Spanish Dragon.
Carla Nemes, originally scheduled to make her VCW debut at the start of the year, finally stepping into a VCW ring now after 2 extra months of preparation and experience. Recently making a debut over at Dragon Kingdom.
Beautiful roll-up
in an
there.
Impressive showing against VCW and No Mercy alum, or active roster member rather, Lucia Lee. So Carla Nemes has been around some of the very best over the past few months and is in there right now with a woman who could become No Mercy Wrestling Tag Team Champion in Rhiannon Jade.
Absolutely. Rhiannon Jade, living up to her moniker as relentless, as you said, has that massive opportunity now at the next No Mercy show and just eat defeat. But only a 2 count again. Rhiannon Jade not giving Carla Nemes a chance to catch her breath. And that, as you mentioned earlier, plays to the experience of Rhiannon Jade in this match.
Absolutely. 5 years does not sound like a long time on paper, but when you're in there with someone who has been training for just north of a year, realistically, it's very, very easy to see that Rhiannon Jade is the veteran in this match.
Absolutely.
And she has played her cards well, Rich.
Absolutely. Carla Nemes now creating distance with a nice roundhouse kick to the side of Rhiannon Jade's head. Rhiannon takes a back elbow there, and Carla Nemes now to the top. And there's that head scissors I was talking about earlier, and she hits it. Rhiannon Jade now stumbled. Back elbow. A double back elbow. Running neck breaker. Nemes in for the cover. Only a 2 count.
Strong hook of the leg from Carla Nemes. Now, as we said, Spanish-born. Made her way over to Wales. She's had quite the life as Carla Nemes. Taken on obstacle after obstacle and kicked them all down, and she is hoping to do the same with Rhiannon Jade tonight.
Rhiannon Jade, the pulling on the hair now, Rhiannon Jade, no. Kick, combo.
I wonder which one of her trainers taught her that. Perhaps the man with a PhD in professional wrestling, Dr. Tom Pritchard, but chop block takes the Spanish Dragon down.
It's not the first time we've seen a competitor fall down from a blow to the back of the knee tonight. It is such a vulnerable area of the body.
That it absolutely is. And Carla Nemes now trying to lift Rhiannon Jade up, but that knee.
Damage, as we said, the damage to the knee.
Letting her down.
And a cutter.
Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. Count of 2 there. Never apologize, Kai. We are both caught up in the moment.
Relentless knockout from Rhiannon Jade. Not quite the knockout it promised to be, as now this is a cat fight. Rhiannon Jade just trying to deliver any strike to finally put Carla Nemes down.
It hits home. Now lifting up. Reverse DDT grip position here. Carla Nemes rolls Rhiannon Jade out. Spinning roundhouse. And again, going for the fireman's carry. What could we see here?
Siesta. And now down into the cover. Carla Nemes is your winner.
Carla Nemes victorious in her debut, Kai.
Huge finisher there. Carla Nemes.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the all-winner, the Spanish Dragon, Carla Nez!
Hitting the Dragon Age Siesta was enough to knock Rhiannon Jade out of this match, and Carla Nemes with a huge victory and a huge impact in her debut here at VCW. Would be interesting to see where the Spanish Dragon goes next.